Erin, thank you so much for being patient with us as we work through these technical difficulties.
No problem.
Thank you for applying for our AP position. Again, I'm Angela Moslick, Principal of Starkey, and here with us is
Elaine Rivera, and I am the guidance counselor here.
All right.
Nice to meet you all.
Let's get started. What educational and professional experiences uniquely prepare you for the assistant principal position here at our school and separates you from the other candidates?
Some professional experiences that I've had is being involved in all kinds of different facets of schooling. Even though I have not had any experience in public at this time, I have been involved in all kinds of different areas of education, looking from being a department chair to working on curriculum, being involved in disciplinary decisions. I have been kind of across the board and bring that different perspective and being in a private school, and would like to bring some of the ideas that we use there into this new position.
Okay, great. Awesome. As an assistant principal, you will be responsible for dealing with student discipline. And I know student discipline may look different in the private sector versus the public sector, but share with us some steps that you would take to handle an ongoing situation with a student who was displaying a disruptive behavior.
I've actually had many experiences with that. It all starts with the teacher coming to see me. I have an open door policy, and teachers are welcome to come in and discuss any issues they're having in the class. I would first begin by going into that student's classroom, not letting them know why I was there or anything, but just kind of coming in and observing the room, observing the teacher, kind of seeing what behavior he or she was exhibiting as well. And once, I would kind of check in a few times and see how the student was reacting, and then begin by maybe myself talking to the student or referring him or her to the guidance counselor, and then maybe trying to take the approach of finding out why this student was acting up. Is it because maybe they're bored in class and need to be challenged some more? Are they not comprehending what's going on and maybe need some extra tutoring? And kind of the acting out is their way of disrupting that they don't really understand. Or is there something going on at home, in their day-to-day life that we would need to address? And the guidance counselor could be the one also to kind of go and see what is involved at that point. So from there, we would decide what kind of disciplinary action to take, if any, depending on what the student's actual situation was.
Right. Okay, thank you.
Please share with us a time when you had to support a staff member having difficulty in the area of curriculum, classroom management, or peer relationships. What steps did you take in working with the staff member?
I did have one faculty member in particular that was having kind of a hard time adjusting to her coworkers. She has a very opinionated nature, which is not a bad thing, but she was not afraid to put out there how she thought, and some of the times she would alienate some of the people around her. They wouldn't really want to be associated with her because they thought she was taking things a little too far. So we came in, we talked. I think one night we actually just went out to dinner and were able to kind of talk in a non-professional setting that maybe a little less threatening to her. And let her kind of know, what some of the feelings were. And, she told me that was not what she was going for. She wanted to be involved with everybody. So we talked about, maybe some different ways that she could put her opinion out there and get some other people involved in what she was thinking. And luckily, some of that worked. She had a very successful year this year, and has made probably a nice little group of friends. Sorry. in school that she can rely on and get help with.
Excellent.
Okay. What has been your experience with Marzano's framework, and how did you support other teachers with developing their own knowledge of the various domains and elements?
My experience with Marzano is I've used the eye observation tool to kind of go through and do some peer observations of teachers, and we use it when we are discussing, like in our post-observation, of kind of showing teachers, here's what we're looking for, here's what you need to follow in your classroom as far as having up, an essential question, and really using the scaffolding techniques to get their lessons across to the students. Aside from that, using the observation, I've just basically done reading and have not had much a chance to apply it in my daily activities yet.
Okay. Professional learning communities are a key strategy in meeting the needs of students, especially with the new shifts with Florida standards. Share your concept of a PLC and your strategies for its implementation.
A PLC, to me, is a time for colleagues to be able to come together, examine data, and come up with what I would call a game plan for how we can improve student achievement. They would happen, I see, at least once a week in schools that I've been in. That's what we have done. I like to integrate vertical planning into it, so that it's not just, departments, where sometimes that can turn into a department meeting, but really go cross-curricular with it and have the teachers really get together to come up with lesson plans for each other, bounce ideas off of each other, but really have that established time where they can look to see how the students are really doing and what avenues they need to explore to get the students' success to improve.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Our school is consistently striving for excellence with our students and staff. Please share with us what you see our strengths and weaknesses as a school are, and what you see as possible next steps.
Okay, and was that question strengths and weaknesses of Starkey in general?
Yes, correct.
Okay, sorry. I do appreciate the bugs program that you all have of getting your students to improve their grades. I think it's a great way to kind of get, especially being K through 5, that would be a little thing that would apply to those students to kind of get them excited. I applaud the STEM program that you all are doing. I know that's a big thing now in several schools that I've been in. We are also looking at building up that program and getting our students really involved, since that is what the middle schools and high schools are also going towards. And in regard to weaknesses, to be honest, I didn't really see any. I thought you guys are moving in the great direction with test scores that are going up, your STAT scores, and everything seems to be moving in that positive direction.
Okay, thank you. Describe how you would establish and promote good communication and trust between you and the staff.
I would have to promote that great communication. Open door policy is a key. Staff cannot feel like I am unapproachable in any way. So making sure, I have, at least, say, between this time and this time, feel free to just come in. Other times I would hope to be kind of out and walking around the school. I would be present in walkthroughs in their classrooms, so they can see that I'm not just there for that gotcha moment to kind of catch them, maybe doing something they're not supposed to, but to catch them doing what they are supposed to and catching those successes. I would implement a faculty advisory council where teachers are welcome to come in what they would hopefully feel is a safe environment to bring their concerns, and then that council would bring their concerns to me, and we would work on ways to solve them. But the biggest factor is approachability. I want them to know that I'm there for them. Going to play performances and sporting events, etc., to make sure that I am visible and supportive of them and the school.
Great. An assistant principal has a multitude of tasks to handle and must be organized and prepared. How did you prepare for this interview?
I went and checked out your school website, looked at the brochure that is found on the Pinellas County Schools site, checked out your school improvement plan, and really kind of went through and checked out the different activities and resources that you all offer the school.
Great, thank you.
Erin, if I were to contact your current principal and ask for feedback, what would they say is an area you need growth in?
That would probably be, let's see, areas growth in would be possibly assertiveness, which I know you definitely need as an assistant principal, but I am by nature a very quiet person. And usually, if I have something to say, I will say it. But most of the time, I'm very kind of reflective, taking things in and really thinking about them, and would need to be more confident in myself, especially when dealing with kind of more experienced teachers. But some of them may think that I would be too young to have this position. But it's growing me confidence in myself and my abilities.
Okay, thank you. Great. All right, well, we're down to our last question, Erin. Thank you for being so patient with us. Is there anything else that you would like to share with us, or do you have any questions for us?
I do not have any questions at this time. Just, want to share how excited I would be to get involved in this particular school with all the positive steps that you all are implementing to address the different groups of children in your school and really preparing them for that next step of going into the middle school environment. And it looks like, from what I can see, that is definitely moving in the right direction. And I would just love to be able to be there and be a part of it.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Erin.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be in touch.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.